First and foremost, I would like to thank the guys at Top One Builders for working with us through this entire process till the project met our vision, and they're very great. So we finally finished our fireplace project, but there were a lot of growing pains through this process, and I wanted to share that with you guys. We used cultured stone, so it's a fake stone, like they made it, they fabricated it. But I had no idea when I first selected this stone. I didn't know it was cultured stone. I just selected it based on the aesthetic and the vision I was going for. And I love the colors because it makes our space feel cool, but then it has the warm tones, which goes with our decor and a lot of the things that we like. But in the process of getting it installed, we learned a few things, and it made it a little challenging, because when the grout was placed on, it adhered to the stone like almost instantly. And so ultimately, when this project was done, we had a gray haze. Basically, what you see with the grout, it was just covered, and it was stressful. And it wasn't what I wanted. It felt so cold and I wanted warmth, Even though these stones have gray tones, they also have richer warm tones, And it didn't feel like that. And so I was stressed. I was very sad and just worried, like, how am I going to solve this problem, because it's already installed, So what we ultimately did was, those guys were so kind. They came back and worked very hard, kind of helping clearing the grout, and they helped polish it, and just, we did the best we can. And then we finally got rid of the grout. And then I sat on it for a couple of weeks. Yeah, and I just kind of was thinking, I said, well, I don't want it to feel like this. I didn't want it to feel dry and like gray. I want it to feel like a moist old town in Ireland or Japan. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I wanted. I wanted to feel like. So we experimented with a few different sealers, and none of them were that great, to be honest. It wasn't doing what I needed it to do or wanted it to do. And so we just sat back for a little bit, and then we just kept trying different products and stuff. And then we finally hit it. So if you guys look closely up here, actually up here, because I will say that solution works better when you saturate it. For example, if I take you guys up here, you see this right here? Yeah, it's super saturated, but you can see the stark difference. You see what I'm saying? Some people like this look, and that's great, but I wanted I wanted something different. I wanted that wet old town vibe. And so we ended up getting this solution. We ended up buying this solution. It's called Ager Tiger, and it works. This is literally what we're using, and it works so good. And the reason why I decided to share this video when it's half complete, so you guys can kind of see the difference, to see with and without Ager Tiger, basically. So yeah, and so now I'm going to apply a thick coat on the rest of the stone so you guys can see the transformation, And so if I feel that this is a relevant topic and important to share, because if you guys decided to go with a similar stone or something that's cultured, then that's something you have to be aware of, you know, like that the grout for some reason adheres more to these types of stones. And because they are not a natural stone, what happens is if you try to clean out the grout, a lot of times like it'll scrape off, and then you'll just see the not so cultured stone. I mean, it'll scrape off and you'll see like just a cement compound basically. Yeah, so you have to be very careful, you know. So I felt like it was so important to share these things so that people know that if they do decide to go with cultured stone, be careful with the grout adherence. And if you want a different look, then these are some of the solutions that you can resort to. So I wish I had known this, but so let's do this. I'm gonna do the rest of the fireplace, and you guys, I'll probably not share all of it, of course, but I'll share some of it as you guys see the application process. So what I like to do when I apply it on is apply it over an area above a more extruded stone. And the reason for that is when it drips, it'll drip on the extruded stone. So you have a chance to catch up as it's dripping, because this stuff is very watery, you see. You guys see the glistening goodness? I really like the overcast weather. And then I'm inside and I'm like drinking tea or coffee or like, you know, I like that feeling, that cozy homebody feeling. I want to mimic that in my environment. Okay, so this is something that I should share with you guys. That application was done about 3-4 days ago. So we sat on it to observe it when it dries. Like, what is it gonna look like when it dries? Like, are we getting swindled here again? No, I'm just kidding. But you know, is it gonna meet my expectations basically before I continue working or investing in more solution, whatever, you know? So yeah, we waited and it looks amazing. So it's time to wrap it up. So I'm gonna shut you guys out, and then I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna take an amazing photo, and then I'll share it with you guys. Hi you guys, so I'm finally ready to share the completion of our fireplace project. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. It's amazing. Like, it's amazing to me. Like, this is what I wanted, and it hit the nail on the head. This solution is the solution, and it looks amazing. And I've been so inspired in this space. It makes me feel a certain way, you know? It makes me feel just at peace, and I don't know, I just connect to it. Oh, and one last thing I didn't mention in the previous recording that I will mention here, because I feel like it was an important factor when it came to building this fireplace. If you guys have seen the before photos, there was already a build out. The only difference is that we extended it all the way down to the floor, you know, to keep it seamless. We had the guys at Top One Builders build out from the wall. So between, you know, the depth of this fireplace is about 8 to 9 inches. And so yeah, that's what we did too, was we maintained the build out, just made it feel a lot more grand. It's exactly where I want it to be. So I'm super happy. There's one more thing I wanted to share with you guys. So you know how when we had the old fireplace and it was brick, I hated it. And what I did was buy foam core at the art supply store and measured out the fireplace and covered the brick. And that's how I just shared the space with the foam core. And I think eventually Rick got the message. So do try it at home.